How Dan Bilzerian spends his millions. There are so many celebrities out there in the world with millions and billions to spend on anything that they desire. Do you find it hard to imagine what the 1% are able to buy with all of their money? In this video, we'll be doing a deep dive into the life of Dan Bilzerian and finding out how he spends his millions. The things that set Bilzerian apart from other celebrities is mostly due to the fact that he's a controversial figure in many senses. Bilzerian started out as an actor and poker player/gambler, but soon started to do reckless things for his major Instagram following. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel and comment, would you spend your money as lavishly as Bilzerian does? Daniel Brandon Bilzerian is half Armenian thanks to the paternal side of his family, but grew up in Tampa, Florida with his father, Paul Bilzerian, mother, Terry Steffen, and brother, Adam Bilzerian. During his father's career on Wall Street, he set up trust funds for both of his sons to get a hold of and live on when they became older. Bilzerian later entered into the Navy SEAL training program in 2000. However, after several attempts, he did not graduate. Bilzerian subsequently enrolled at the University of Florida, majoring in business and criminology. Bilzerian played in the 2009 World Series of Poker main event, finishing in 180th place. In 2010, he was voted one of the funniest poker players on Twitter by Bluff Magazine. In November 2011, Bilzerian, along with 10 others, including actors Tobey Maguire, Nick Cassavetes, and Gabe Kaplan, were asked to pay back winnings that they had won in poker games against Ponzi scheme operator Bradley Ruderman after Ruderman was sentenced to prison. That same year, Bilzerian defended Alex Rodriguez publicly against accusations that he had gambled illegally, claiming that Bilzerian was present when the alleged gambling event had taken place and Rodriguez was not present. In November 2013, Bilzerian posted an unconfirmed claim that he won $10.8 million from a single night of playing poker. And in 2014, he claimed to have won $50 million throughout the year, adding that he doesn't play against professionals anymore, and the most he's ever lost in a single session is $3.6 million. Bilzerian has featured on Joe Rogan's podcast on social media platform YouTube, explaining the run-up to his poker career. Dan said he doesn't play against professionals when playing poker. However, his big brother Adam is still a professional poker player to this day. Aside from, as previously mentioned, winning around $10.3 million in one poker game, Bilzerian has a lot of other luxurious days in his life. Dan Bilzerian has said that he can't really narrow down to his most luxurious experience, but he did spend a few $1 million on a 2-week holiday during the summer of 2019, where they rented a 300-foot yacht. Bilzerian says he spends a lot of his money on fancy watches and cars. Bilzerian claims he was one of the first people to buy one of the Richard Mille watches. Bilzerian then says he also likes Audemars Piguet. Dan earns most of his money through poker, which he then spends again on more poker games, which is how he accumulated his wealth at the start. But since gaining around 30 million followers on Instagram, that has also become a viable source of income through advertisements, sponsors, and working with brands. Bilzerian has 2 properties, and he splits his time between homes in Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles, California, and Las Vegas, Nevada. He moved to Bel Air, Los Angeles from Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles. Dan Bilzerian's Bel Air house is listed at $90 million. However, Valeurs estimate the house to be actually worth closer to $250 million. Dan Bilzerian's Las Vegas house, located at 30 Meadowhawk Lane, Summerlin South, was purchased for $5,100,000. Bilzerian has never been shy showing off his house in Los Angeles, but his new $250 million mansion in Bel Air on the market would raise his standards and even make Bill Perkins jealous. The 38,000 square foot, 12-bedroom, 21-bathroom home features a rooftop helicopter pad, an 85-foot infinity pool, and a fleet of the world's rarest cars valued at $30 million. The home features 4 living levels, with the bottom serving as 12,000 square foot entertainment area. It features a 4-lane bowling alley, a 40-seat movie theater, and near 30-foot television behind one of the home's 3 bars. Sliding glass walls give the house an inside-outside effect, with at least 6 outdoor lounge areas. A video wall is mounted on a hydraulic lift that allows for watching in the pool. Inside, 2 elevators and 3 kitchens help keep the giant house functional. Other luxuries. First of all, the Bilzerian car collection's enough to make the biggest auto fanatic blush. Probably the crown of his collection is a mint-condition Lamborghini Aventador, the $390,000 white beast with the black rims. On top of this is a 1965 Shelby Cobra. This vintage beauty is worth more than $2 million. And what's a car collection without a Rolls-Royce? Dan owns a white-colored Rolls-Royce Ghost with a base price of $250,000 in the United States. He also has a Mercedes-Benz Brabus G63 AMG. This luxury pickup truck was only in the market for 2 years in 2015. It was decided to discontinue the model to give it an air of exclusivity. With an eye-watering $1.5 million price tag today, it certainly feels elite. Another car that Dan has been seen using on numerous occasions is his Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6. This absolutely massive SUV costs $975,000. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to discover more videos about luxury. And Dan has plenty of cars that aren't even street legal. He has a $170,000 racing dune buggy. It's one of the fastest dune buggies ever made and even has a roll cage in case things get out of control. It's powered by a 1,600 horsepower Chevy small block that's been twin turbocharged and runs on E85 fuel. Though it only seats 2 passengers, this buggy has some serious specs. As if the arsenal of cars couldn't get any larger, Bilzerian owns a 6-wheeler camo military truck complete with enough arms to supply a small militia. Based on different estimates, Bilzerian's collection is worth more than $4 million. There are much more expensive car collections, but it's important to keep in mind that he actually drives these cars rather than allowing them to collect dust like many collectors. And Dan's followers know he's constantly shuttling between Las Vegas and Los Angeles. That's where his private jet comes in handy. Specifically, he owns a 1988 Gulfstream for a private jet. The jet was built in 1987 and was owned for many years by a corporation named ITT. There are only 360 Gulfstreams in the world as production ceased in 2018. I told my dad I bought this G4. He said, "Congratulations, son, by your age I had 3. This was Dan's caption on the picture he uploaded to Instagram, showing that his family is no stranger to Gulfstream jets. And even on the used market, these jets usually retail for at least $5 million. When Bilzerian isn't relaxing on the beach or jet-setting around the world, he has another hobby. Anyone who follows his Instagram knows that Bilzerian is a gun fanatic. Bilzerian has a host of semi-automatic and fully automatic machine guns at his personal home, along with some vintage pistols. This collection is worth just shy of $1 million. However, Bilzerian's ostentatious relationship with guns almost got him in trouble in 2015, when his house was broken into and the intruders went straight for the gun room. But security measures were in place. Then burglars were left empty-handed. Bilzerian later posted a photo of an Uzi M16 and a ton of ammunition with the caption, "If you're gonna break into my house, you should probably bring some guns." Many think that Bilzerian glamorizes his affinity for guns, but this is just a part of his ongoing controversy. People also know that Bilzerian has many weapons that are not available to most citizens. In fact, most of them are banned in California, where he lives. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you never miss an upload.